Alright, in the bottom left, playing Tenri. Actually, no, sorry, I missed that. Alright, in the top right, playing Wulfar with Stargen versus Divixel playing Tenri in the bottom left for Team France.
Yep.
So this is Headland to Deadland. Pretty, we've seen it a lot over the years. This is the 1.8.1 version, recent one, and this is a map I think everybody's pretty comfortable playing on by now. I don't know if there's any kind of like secret hidden strategies that people have been working on.
I think there's still quite a bit of stuff that can get complicated, like especially because like there's multiple viable openings, and if you really go in depth into like which one beats like the other, it can get complex really fast. Although I guess like you won't like absolutely lose from just that, but you can get a nice edge early.
So yeah, we see like both players doing pretty similar stuff. Like they're both moving their commanders in the same way, both knocking down the village. Tenri's building a bunch of groove. Wulfar's gonna have groove at the end of their next turn, so.
Yep.
But I don't know, are they gonna have anything to do? Ooh, Golem. How do you feel about Golem in this situation against like the Wulfar side?
Well, I mean the golem in itself is fine, but what's really dangerous is that you've saved up like a lot of money in the early turns to get that golem out, and golem is a slowish unit to become active, so there's that.
Yeah,
Which means, sure, you do have a golem, but you have almost nothing else on the map.
Yeah, although I guess Stargen's done something very similar. We see Dragon coming out for them.
Yep, but they did have a knight earlier.
Yeah, and actually
And
that knight's getting some good value.
Dragon gets activated really fast compared to golems. It's actually one of their main strengths is that they cover, the entire map right as they go out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, a Wulfar kind of a meta commander. You can see one team is taking this more seriously than the other.
I do like the, well, I was gonna say I like the Golem hitting Wulfar, but sadly, Golem no longer, exists in this world. Ooh, big Mage Heal comes through. That's good value. In terms of tempo more than that. But yeah, Wulfar doing some good work, takes that Golem down. We've got a lovely dragon in the center. Kind of just holding everything down. And like, Tenri does not have groove yet, so...
I mean, Stargen has been picking a lot of units like left and right on both sides, so like he's already pretty far ahead at this point.
Yeah, and ooh, even lining up that Night Crit in the center. More Knights getting lined up. There is actually Night Crit on the Stronghold now, so... in a scary position. And I love the use of using that sword to pick off the weak dog. You don't want to give your opponent any kind of like suicide kill opportunities. Divixel.
Especially against Tenri. Although Tenri's pretty far away and there's no like big units. But against Tenri you want to be careful.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I really like that the dragon is staying just out of range of Tenri now. Oh, well, never mind, it's going in. And, oh wow, that's a ton of damage coming in on this top side. Just more and more units going down. And yeah, sure, Tenri can actually pick off the dragon now, but that's kind of like winning the battle and losing the war. Like, she is so far behind. There's just bigger armies on both fronts at this point for Stargen.
Yep.
And I actually believe there was a second dragon built at the top left.
I think there is, yeah, there is.
Yep. So.
I mean, you can kind of see like Stargen kind of just one of I guess fundamentals. Uh, they were like positioning their units like slightly better every turn, which like allowed them to pick units little by little, and then at some point it snowballs into a very big lead that he has right now.
And being very, sensible about dealing with Tenri, she can kind of just lethal you out of nowhere. Whether it's the stronghold or your army. So yeah, you have to be like really careful with her, or when playing against her.
I do like that Divixel isn't like just giving up. He's still trying to do stuff. Although, I mean, I don't really like the knight on the left because it's kind of you don't want to trade a knight for a sword that when you're at this point in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to fight around Wulfar so that you can fish for an opportunity to lethal with Tenri Groove potentially.
Oh, the late game ballista. I mean, I guess if you're trying to hope for some kind of lethal opportunity, it could actually, you could Tenri Groove a ballista into crit range on a commander. That does do quite a bit of damage.
Good luck on the
If other options like night crits are available. But oh wow, just sends the golem in with the groove. Like yeah, you're gonna have to deal with this now. And
Yep.
oh well. Also, night crit plus 2 dragons will kill a commander pretty consistently. So that is 1 point on the board for Puck. With yeah, that was a pretty convincing game. Like Stargen.
Yep.
Looking really solid.
Yeah, and it's like, Wulfar is a pretty high tier, as is. But if you're like less experienced playing against him and you don't like understand every single one of his options, he can become a monster because usually Wulfar is like around high tier when you understand everything he can do and you actively play against it. But if you're not, then he can get a lot of value like we saw that game.
Yeah, and like Stargen knew how to play against the kind of like going golem on Wulfar's side is actually a pretty good idea, like in general, because it's a unit he can't really one-shot because most maps don't have water tiles on them, or at least like easily accessible ones. So, like golem is like a pretty good option because it won't die. But Stargen was like, I'm gonna have a dragon prepared, so that when you like. And he actually did it in response to the golem build, so he's like, I see your golem, I'm gonna get a dragon, and then I'm just gonna use the dragon with Wulfar to get the kill on it. So yeah, Stargen knew how to play against that particular counterplay, and yeah, was just like looking really solid the whole game.
Yep. And it happens,
Yeah, I mean, and this is how you learn. Like, I mean, I don't know much about Divixel. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Divixel is like, I kind of scouted him like a few months back where he was new in the server. I was like, oh yeah, I'll play him. And turns out he had that, I saw the potential.
Yeah.
And yeah, it turns out he was French, so even better.
Yeah. And I think he played last week as well, or not last week,
Yeah,
week 1 even.
yeah. We mostly have like the same 4 players playing every week because some are not really available. They are supporting the team though. But basically, the Vixel doesn't like put that much time in the game. I think he just is good. Like he's just good. So he'll make good plays. he's creative and stuff, but
Yeah, and Tenri is a
sometimes
commander that
experience and knowledge is
yeah.
you also need that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Tenri is a commander that really favors kind of being creative as well. He definitely get a lot of cool plays out of Tenri. So but yeah, it's cool to see new players. It's really cool to see Stargen doing well because they, as a surprise to nobody who plays ladder, has the most ladder games played like every month basically. They've definitely been putting in the time and effort, so it's cool to see them doing well.
Yep. I see they it's funny because they've adapted their playstyle a lot since when I did my research on them for Groove of War. You know, they have evolved pretty fast.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a good game one. Let's go into game two.